move on to talk about the impact of global warming on insect migration. Now, just like for plants and animals, climate change has an impact on the phenology and migration patterns for insects too. Okay, so due to these regional and global temperature changes, some insects are also migrating progressively earlier or increasing the duration of their migration. Okay, this is likely because climate change has impacted um, their host plants and their habitats. So the availability and distribution of their host plants and habitats for these insects may have been affected by climate change, and so this forces the insects to migrate or change their migration patterns. Okay, an example will be that of the aphids in the UK. So data has been collected over the past 50 years that showed that over 55 species of aphids started flying progressively earlier in the year, and most species showed increasing duration of their flying season. Now, so the changes in insect migration patterns may alter their lifetime fitness of the individuals, in addition to biodiversity and ecosystem processes, both at regional and global scales. All right, what do I mean? Now, extreme weathers can depress, flight, and kill the migrating insects. Okay, migrating insects also, once they have reached a new destination, they will have to move around more to look for their sources of food. Okay, so they may burn through their stored winter fats, and this will result in an energy shortage for their next migration. So this is why I said that changes in insect migrations may alter their lifetime fitness. Yes. Now, the increased distribution of migrating insects also will surely disrupt ecosystems as they move into new areas, they compete with other species, they create competition with other species, they will affect other host plants and all that. So they will definitely disrupt ecosystems. And due to climate change, some insect species actually have reduced their migratory behavior and become more sedentary populations. Okay, just hold on. I want to change my pointer option. Okay, so and actually for this impact, there's actually a slight positive benefit. It has been discovered that species that have become more sedentary have actually um, uh, they have altered the incidence of their infections. All right, so actually sorry I correct myself. Actually, the migration, okay, has helped to reduce the incidence of disease among the insects. Okay, so what I meant is that with in changing migration patterns for species that have continued to migrate, it actually helps to reduce the incidence of disease among the insects. Okay, this is because individuals usually leave the contaminated habitats when they migrate, right? And infected individuals are separated from others during migration as well. Okay, and the infected individuals are more likely to succumb to the disease, okay, during the demanding long distance movement during migration. So migration helps to reduce the incidence of disease among the insects. Okay, and how do we know this? Because when we look at the case of monarch butterflies in the US, they are the ones that have drastically changed their migratory behavior in recent years due to habitat alterations, and some of them have become sedentary and non-migratory. Okay, and the incidence of sedentary and non-migratory populations has actually been increasing, and it is found that the non-migratory populations have a significantly greater rate of infection by the protozoan. Okay, so compared to migratory populations. So in and of course, infected butterflies have significantly reduced lifespans. So this is an example whereby um, migration have certain benefits to migratory insects, and the problem is when there is climate change and the behavior, the migratory behavior of these insects, the normal migratory behavior of these insects are reduced and they start to become sedentary. It actually can increase the incidence of disease among these sedentary populations. Okay, so in this way, this is like the opposite effect, right? So in this way, climate change causing certain normally migratory insects to become more sedentary can actually increase the incidence of disease among them, and so that is how that is a negative impact of climate change.